Yeah, I don't even know where to begin already. Hello, welcome to another episode of DLFTv. I'm your host, DLF, and with me today is Karen Pope. Say hi, Karen.
Hi.
Karen and I have known each other since first grade. I wouldn't say that we knew each other, but we've known of each other since first grade. We're really good friends now. So, again, I have 10 questions.
Okay.
She's all nervous.
Oh, no.
So we have some wine.
I'm just laughing.
Let's have a little toast. Oh, you need, wine to do a little toast.
I was joking.
Tink. Loosen her up a little bit. This is delicious wine. It was from,
I was just going to give you a plug.
Oh, were you going to give me a plug? I don't do it anymore, but what was it? I can't even remember.
The wine itself?
Yeah.
That was a Riesling.
It's a nice Riesling from some company that I used to work for. Anyway, so basically how we do this is I have 10 questions, and hopefully my iPod will work correctly. And we're just going to go through those like James Lipton from that show that I could never remember. Maybe one of these days I'll actually remember what the show is. But I'm just going to ask you these 10 questions. I'm going to hold them like this so you're not trying to think of answers.
Don't worry, I don't have my reading glasses on.
Oh, good. Well, I'll just leave them just like that. So, and just answer freely. Say as much or as little as you want. It's okay. It's, just people are looking at this. This isn't an interview for anything. And, actually, it's for the next big talent. Anyway, I'll start off by saying, what's your favorite word?
My favorite word? Oh gosh, I don't know. Oopsie doodle?
Oopsie doodle?
Oopsie doodle?
Oopsie doodle? Can you spell that?
I don't know. My kids preschool teacher say it all the time. It's kind of.
Oopsie doodle.
Actually, it just popped into my head. The word hug.
Hug.
Only because my son a few months ago crawled into bed with me one morning, having played a word game with my parents, having to do with 4-letter words. When he woke up, he crawled in bed and said, "Mom, do you have any idea how many 3-letter words there are?" And I said, "No, I don't, but let's think of some." So we must have spent a half an hour laying in bed thinking of 3-letter words, and one of the first ones was hug. And I said, "That's probably my favorite 3-letter word." And he said, "Well, I like that one too, but my favorite's mom."
Aww.
So, that's a little happy.
That's cute. So. Don't see, you just tried to look.
Oh, I really read.
Wow, that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I guess the opposite of that would be, what's your least favorite word?
Least favorite word? Gosh, I don't know. I don't think I have a least favorite word, but I'll tell you what I don't like is when people make up words that are similar to ones. So you really hate this generation. No, they're similar to ones that already exist. Like if I were to say, I'm going to conversate with my husband about that. No, I'm not. I'm going to converse or have a conversation or discuss
what I'm going to do is I'm going to conversate.
Yeah.
Right now we're conversating.
Yeah, that's not necessary. Or like disoriented and orientation gotten combined into disorientated, things like that.
Wow.
I know, that one's me.
Crazy.
We don't want to get into my pet peeves about the grammar language.
Oh, we can. I got enough tape rolling, I think. Or we are rolling, right? Hopefully. When you hear the planes sounding like they're going to crash into the house, that's not going to happen. I'm actually in Rochester, and we live very close to the airport, so don't worry. Everything's okay. Okay, so basically you hate when people make up words. You don't really
especially
have
when they're trying to sound more intelligent, but they end up kind of
sounding really stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. My kids do that a lot. So like what? Karen is what's the title now? I was one, stay-at-home person, stay-at-home mom. It's not really, you don't really get called housewife or anything anymore. I did that for 2 years, and it was like the biggest job I've ever had, but we can go into that later. But I know that you have a creative side. You used to sing in choirs. I don't think you're not in anything right now, right? Plays the flute, a little piano. So what turned you on? No piano?
No piano.
All right. Cut the piano. Back in high school, she helped me write my very first song.
There we go.
Then she was playing piano, but I guess she quit that. But anyway, what turned you on? This is kind of like a 3-parter. What turned you on creatively, or spiritually, or emotionally? You can answer them all together, separately. This wine is a very good idea to do with interviews. I'm really digging this. We should think about doing this more often, DLF. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. As you were.
I'll just take the creativity part of that one. I guess just being around other people who are being creative, or or seeing or hearing the results of the creativity would inspire me. And by being creative, I mean anything, like artwork, dance, theater, music, making something from scratch, like sewing on a sewing machine, or going to the hardware store and buying a bunch of wood and building your dog a doghouse, or cake decorating, or taking everyday household items like forks or toothpicks and, you know, making artwork out of it, or something like that. Anything, you know. That stuff all impresses me. And I was actually thinking about this not too long ago, because I tend to relate best to people who can express themselves creatively, like you. And I guess I was thinking about why that is. And here's what I came up with. That a lot.
Hold on, let me switch, like get really in depth, like
I'll try not to.
I'm like morally safer now.
That a lot of the characteristics that you need to do those things are all good qualities to have. For example, you know, some of them require some sort of insight or forethought, or, you know, to come up with an idea of, I don't know, taking a bunch of Rubik's cubes enough to fill a room on the floor and making a mosaic of somebody out of them, or things like that. Where did that come from, you know? Or some of them require research and planning, and perseverance or dedication, or confidence and courage to get up and perform in front of people. Or some of them, like contemporary dance, require you to be vulnerable in front of a lot of people, which I give them a lot of credit for, because a lot of people have trouble being vulnerable in front of the people that they're closest with. And I think there's a certain...
Why is that? Because you should be more comfortable with the people that you're...
But there's a certain level of closeness and trust and intimacy that you can't get with somebody until you can be vulnerable in front of them. So people who could do that in front of a bunch of strangers, I give them a lot of credit for that. So, so all of those things are good qualities to have. And then I guess adding to that, I like people who are not afraid to, or are capable of, expressing their thoughts and feelings in some way, shape, or form, whether it's just talking or in written form, or creatively. But my experience has been that people who express themselves creatively are better at those things, and allowing themselves to be vulnerable. And I don't want to make a blanket statement, but that's just my experience.
You're
so
wrong. Yeah, that actually makes sense. And just to add on to that, one of the things I also notice, which is kind of obvious, is that when you're around people that have the same creative mindset, or can at least think outside the box a little, it makes for more interesting conversation. Yeah. And actually ideas and things like that come out of it. Right. I'm going to try really hard not to make this my interview like I do all the time. So I won't. So yeah, it's like, it's funny, the other day I was thinking, gosh, why do I get along so well with so-and-so? Yeah. And it's just like, just like my friend Tony, for example, I brewed some beer yesterday, and he came over and hung out for a little bit, and then he was like, oh, like, so when you try this, and well, how about, you know, and we were kind of inventing this brew at the same time, and it was kind of cool. So it's just like, that made for an enjoyable evening. Yeah, it's nice to have those things in common with people. But one more thought on creativity, if you don't mind. No more, we're done. I think guys get the short end of the stick on some forms of creativity. For example, I know a guy who knows how to use a sewing machine because his mother's a seamstress and taught him and his brothers how to use one growing up. And apparently he's quite good at it, makes his own Halloween costumes and things like that. But he's embarrassed to tell people about it because there's negative stigma associated with a guy doing something that's typically... Well, we still have our boxes of society that's... Right. Or my son, whose favorite colors are green and pink, but he only tells most people that it's green because the girls, more than the boys, pick on him about the pink, you know. So I just wish those things would go away. Yeah, see, I don't generally care about that stuff, and that's why Bridge, my wife, thought I was gay for the first part of our relationship. Because, you know, like... Because you're always singing and writing songs. Yeah, singing, writing songs, you know, sitting down watching musicals as opposed to, you know, watching a football game or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I get that. I still see that a lot too, which is it's kind of sad in today's day and age that people just can't be people.
Yeah,
but
it's better. And like I'm glad that guys are allowed to wear a whole variety of colors now, whereas years ago it was like blue and black and khaki and white. Like those colors get boring.
The one thing though, guys, capri pants are not for guys. Stop wearing the capris.
Okay, I have to agree on
And
that.
I know they're not called capris for guys, but they're capris. Stop wearing them, please.
Alright, well, they gotta start making shorts that are like go down to the knees too. Those are ridiculous.
Oh yeah, those are crazy. Those are absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, wine is way better to cleanse the parched throat after talking than water. We're gonna have to keep doing that. And again, you see these are questions are so simple. So the opposite of that, what would turn you off creatively?
Turn me off creatively?
Let me see if I can make a word out of creatively, spiritually, and emotionally. Let's see.
Cremotional.
Criospirimo. Yeah, that's all right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Not as good as music. We're brewing.
I know,
and
right?
doing music.
I like music.
I guess emotionally is jumping out at me. I tend to detach myself from people who are not good at sharing their thoughts and feelings, because I'm a person who probably shares my thoughts and feelings more than I should, and I don't like playing guessing games.
Why do you think it's more than you should?
I don't know, I think...
Is it because you think people are like backing off?
Not more than I should, probably more than a lot of people do. I guess is sort of what
Because I think people should.
Yeah, yes, that's what I meant to say.
Express
It's
themselves
probably more than the average person. But I don't like playing guessing games with people, trying to figure out what's going on in their head or what they're thinking or whatever.
See, I know where you're coming from, sister.
Yeah, so if you ask me...
We kind of have the same situation going on in our lives, but anyway.
So if you ask me what's wrong, I'm not going to go nothing and hope that you intuitively figure out this wine is good.
I know, isn't it?
Intuitively figure out, using your mind reading ability and magic powers, what's going on in my head. I'm going to tell you, and I probably won't even wait for you to ask me, and I'm not going to make you ask me like
Right.
15 times. I'm just going to be...
And you're not going to think that, well, I'm saying nothing, but they're going to figure it out, and they're going to come back to me and...
Right, I don't do that, and I would rather people don't do that with me. I also tend to detach myself emotionally from people who are only takers and don't understand that you do need to give back sometime, and people who can't...
Unfortunately, I haven't learned that lesson.
No. And people who can't appreciate those of us who are givers, and you are one of those people too. There needs to be a give and take, and if you're the giver and you're not getting anything back,
Is 40 years too long to let somebody take from you and then...
Oh my gosh, you are shown how to take her. Don't even try.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying like I've gotten rid of some baggage over the last few years, and it's because of people who I realized after not 40 years, but it was quite a while that hey, they're not really adding to us.
Yeah.
It's all about them.
You can only give so much. Not like you and I. We've talked about this. We don't do what we do because we expect anything in return.
Right.
But
at the same
at some
time,
point, you can only give and give and give so much until you just was like, okay, I've had enough. And I guess that's what turns me off emotionally, I guess.
Dig it. I'm thinking. Well, I'm thinking I should like take a break and go get that bottle of wine. That's what I'm thinking.
Here.
I think I'm going to do that. We're going to take a commercial break right now, and we'll be returning after these words from our sponsor. Hey there, I'm DLF. So, I was wondering, is the music you're listening to kind of boring you, not really hitting the spot these days? Is the stuff you listen to on the radio not quite right? Is the stuff in your collection, kind of overplayed and overrun, and you just don't know what to do? Well, I have a solution for you. It's called Moments in Silence. Yep, Moments in Silence is a CD I released a few years ago, and it's easy listening. It's you pop it in the car, you drive around, have a good time, tap your toes, snap your fingers. It's a really good time. So why don't you pick up a copy? It is on iTunes. It's also on CD Baby, and heck, if you email me, I will even send one to you. Not for free, but I'll send it to you shipping free. How's that sound? And if everyone acts now, while supplies last, I have these beautiful DLF t-shirts. I only have a few of these left. I believe I have some larges, extra larges, and double XLs. Only a few left, but I'll tell you what. You buy a CD, either through iTunes, CD Baby, or emailing me, and I will throw one of these lovely shirts in for free. So act now! Act now! That's right, act now and pick up a copy of Moments in Silence. Yes, act now! You can go to iTunes and get it for $9.99. Go to CD Baby for a hard copy for $11.97 plus shipping and handling. Or shoot me an email and I'll send you a CD for $9.99 with free shipping. You can't beat that! And while supplies last, get this amazing DLF t-shirt for free with your purchase. To receive your shirt, email a copy of a receipt from your purchase of Moments in Silence to darebear@aol.com with your name and address. Requested size of shirts may not be available, so next available size will be shipped. Please allow 2 weeks for delivery, 4 to 6 weeks if being shipped internationally. Warning, Moments in Silence, copyright 2007, is a music CD created by DLF, the musical persona of Darren Leon Freisen, copyright 1967, and a trademark of Maine Walter Freisen. The views of DLF are strictly his own, but he wishes to convey his musical composition in a way that is pleasing to everyone. The CD features instrumental music intended for all audiences. DLF condones everything performed on the CD and encourages anyone to listen. Hopefully, everyone will get a euphoric sense of being, which will cause your zygomaticus, major and minor, orbicularis oculi, levator labii superius, levator anguli oris, and risoris muscles to form a smile. Enjoy. Good boy. All right, we're back. Yeah. All right. So, what sound or noise do you love?
Ooh, laughter.
Laughter.
Yeah, which I don't get enough of in my life.
Oh, come on now.
I wish I had
I
more
have
of
to
that.
call you more often then.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is. This is like when we get together, or I call Karen or whatever. Half the conversation is just us giggling like girls, and that reminds me of when we were in high school. I think it was because I had my own phone. We'd like call and talk to each other all night long, fall asleep on the phone, and all this crazy stuff. But yeah, laughter. Not to sound all cheesy because it's gonna sound cheesy. Laughter is the best medicine, and yeah, a lot of people don't.
Yeah, well, particularly like a baby's or a little kid's giggle is so infectious, but like in my own immediate family, there's just the dynamics are such that there's just not a lot of laughter. Everybody's uptight and oversensitive and overreacts and instigates and all these things. So, but I'm a very playful person, and I grew up laughing a lot. You know, a family that had a lot of fun together. So it's hard for me to not have that now. So I definitely appreciate people like you who can make me laugh like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm. And Sue.
And yeah. And other people too. It's not.
I gave you a little plug, Sue. All right.
But just having gone through things like, you know, my daughter, for example, I'm remembering being at the beach with my husband's family when she was about 6, and
Silenced my phone. I apologize.
yeah, really. She's got, you know, some issues that don't allow her to really enjoy life as much as the average child, I guess. And I remember laying on the beach and having her play in the sand next to me and just enjoying listening to her laugh and giggle. And then it occurred to me I hadn't heard that in like 6 months, you know. So for a child who's 6 to not laugh at all,
yeah.
You know, I started crying, you know, like nobody saw me, but it was just one of those, oh my gosh, and I feel bad for her that she can't laugh and have fun like everybody else. So I definitely don't take that for granted, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, we have children in the adolescent mode, and
yes, I just spent the day
with
all of them.
She took my children to the zoo. Isn't she awesome?
Me and 6 kids.
And
I earned this glass.
I know, right? No, I should have just put a straw in the bottle.
There you go.
But like, you know, same thing. It's like they're going through so much now in the adolescent stage of their life, and everything from there's not enough milk to cereal to, you know, my friend didn't talk to me today,
right,
just devastates them. And I find myself trying to make them have a little more fun and try not to be so serious, because they're too young to be serious.
Yeah.
And they're so darn serious. It's just, I want to say damn, it's my show. They're so damn serious. So yeah, it's, and as for me, it's the same thing. I'm not making it my interview. But as for me, anyway, So I'll just go to this camera. When I'm hanging out with people who we just naturally, we bring that out in each other.
Yeah.
That's where I don't know, are endorphins released when you laugh or something?
Yeah.
It just
same thing, hugging and
makes for the whole
and,
euphoric kind of, and it's sad that doesn't happen all the time.
I know, and you know what? I was just thinking, I don't think my...
You were thinking?
Yeah, it's a scary, scary thing.
All right, if you say so.
I'm not sure my kids know who the real me is, because I can't laugh and have fun around them, you know what I mean? I really don't think they know the real me.
You should try.
Well, if I could.
One day just,
If I relax and have fun, I'm like, Mom! Like,
well,
I'm not allowed.
You're not allowed. Stop being cool. Let's go back to
really.
being my mom.
Stop being goofy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's funny because as you know, my kids were here, and it was nice not having them at home, but at the same time I miss them because it was like just hearing them laugh and actually get along, and I think the pressure of school is gone for them.
Yeah.
So they're more relaxed, and we were FaceTiming each other, which is anybody who doesn't have an Apple product knows it's using your phone or whatever to do a video chat. Excuse me. And it was just fun doing that, and they thought that was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, you don't normally do that at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't have somebody harping on them to get their homework done and whatever else.
Right.
Too,
So I'm I kind of feel bad for them because here it's all grandma time all the time, and that just means basically no rules, and they have to. I mean, it's summertime, so the structure is going to be different, but there's still going to be rules. So I feel kind of bad that I'm taking them back into the real world. But anyway, so again, what sound or noise do you hate? Something like that.
Oh my God. There's lots of noises that bother me, mostly the ones that my kids do on a regular basis. Like my one son's really into making really gross, loud farting noises with his hands.
Nice. That's about the right age.
Yeah, that's my daughter off too. So I have one that loves to instigate and irritate people, and another who is very easily irritated. So it's not a good combination.
No, my children are beautiful together. There's no animosity. There's no agitating. Nothing. Beautiful time all the time. Are we done? Are we done with that question?
Yeah.
Because you're like looking at me like, my wine glass is getting a little empty. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, this is my favorite, and hopefully you won't like be all like girly on me with it. What's your favorite curse word?
Can we bleep things out? No.
Yeah, we can. We can. As a matter of fact, I'm dying to use what I want to do at work. We were doing this VOD. I hope I can say this because I work for the government. But we were doing this VOD and there was fake cursing involved. So we bleeped stuff out, but I wanted to do this big, bleep, this big word like the old Batman.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, curse all you want, and then I'll put the big words and stuff on it.
No, that's
Come
okay.
on.
I don't usually curse on.
See, when I interviewed Stan, he was like, "Well, I don't think I have a curse word." And I'm like, "Bullshit! I hear you curse all the time." He was trying to be all like, "Well, I'm a doctor now."
Mr. Professional.
And yeah.
No, I don't really swear all that often, so I don't know if I could say it.
You have 3 children.
I do.
I know you swear.
It's a good way to tell when I'm really ticked off about something, because that's kind of the only time I swear. But I don't know if I could say I have a favorite one. I guess the one that comes out of my mouth more than anything else is the F word, but I could be wrong.
You're not gonna say it for the camera?
No, I'm not. No.
You're just gonna say F word.
Yeah.
F word.
I could do a study on that for you and get back to you though.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. I'll let you.
Because as you know, it's probably gonna take me until next summer to actually edit this and get it out. So we have plenty of time for research.
I'll keep track.
There you go. All right. So well, this question. Well, you do have a profession. Karen used to be a school teacher. Now she's a stay-at-home mom. So what profession other than your own would you like to attempt now? I've called Karen several times this year for math problems because Elijah was in algebra. Was it algebra? I think it was algebra.
Yeah.
And some of this stuff just... And I was really good in math, all the way up to calculus. But anyway.
You don't use it though. You kind of forget I mean, even I've forgotten a lot too. So.
Yeah. So you can take it from either the stay-at-home mom profession or your math profession.
Okay. Well.
Or you can combine the two and then pick something totally different. This is DLFTv. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
Actually, I really haven't put much thought to that, honestly, because I decided I wanted to be a math teacher way back in like 8th grade. I was kind of thinking about it, but my favorite teacher, who was a math teacher, told my mom at a parent conference he thought I would make a good math teacher, and I was already thinking about that. So I was like, okay, done deal. I'm going to be a math teacher, you know. So I didn't really ever think about anything else I wanted to do, but I've had other people, like students or whoever, ask me, you know, if you weren't a math teacher, what would you want to be? And I honestly don't know, but it would be something creative, like graphics design or something like that, or I don't know what it would, you know, artwork, I guess. Something along those lines. I don't know if it would be music, probably artwork, but something creative, I guess, or something related to teaching, but not teaching itself. You know, like maybe, you know, working on curriculum or textbooks or something. I don't know. I love tutoring. I love one-on-one, you know, working with kids.
Yeah.
You know, or small groups or whatever. So I don't know.
So basically, you don't know. Yeah. Well, it's kind of neat. I've only met a few people who knew that they wanted to be something since they were a kid, and they love doing it still.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is I've had a number of people say, you would make a good counselor. You know, you know, yeah. But I love helping people. I like working with people, and I don't know, I've had a number of people say you have a lot of good insight and just seeing, you know, figuring out why people do what they do and making connections and seeing connections and things like that. So maybe something along those lines. I don't know.
Cool. I'm not going to say anything about myself, because this isn't about me. Okay, maybe just a little something. No, I have nothing.
Should I leave and come back?
Yeah, no. Can you ask these questions to me, please?
Okay.
So, well, what profession would you not like to do? We know you like math, counseling, stay-at-home mom.
Anything that would be not interacting with people. Like, I couldn't just sit at a desk all day. You know?
So you couldn't do my job.
Right.
I interact with people.
Yeah. No, I'm a people person.
Okay, this is going to be about me a little bit. I really miss, especially I guess since summer is here, being a stay-at-home dad.
Right,
because
once you've done that.
Yeah. Well, because it's like, you know, the kids are home. I really had fun interacting with them, just on, even when they were in school, on that level. But even in the summer, it was kind of like adventure time.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. So I kind of miss that. So, not that you asked, but the profession that I would like to do is be a stay-at-home dad. Yeah. And the profession that I wouldn't like to do is anything to do with medical profession. I admire the medical profession. Bridge, my wife, is a nurse. She's in the medical profession. Really admire what those guys do. I just couldn't do it. So.
Yeah. I was gonna say the other thing just popped in mind is, you know, you're talking about me being a stay-at-home mom, and although it's been really, really tough for a lot of reasons, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad that I'm home. You know, if my kids are sick, I don't have to call in sick and
I
whatever. I can be there till they get on the bus and when they.
Thousands of dollars for camp this summer because I'm not home.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see, but like, you know, you've given us a lot of good, right?
Sure.
See, it's not all about the musicians, people. DLFTv cares about everyone. All right, so with wine in hand, this is awesome. Hey there. Sorry.
We're both kind of drinking on an empty stomach.
I know, right?
Okay.
Well, no, I ate at like 2.
Okay.
It's only 7:30. So, final question.
Okay.
Ready?
This is like,
drum roll.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
I know, right?
Great.
Actually, I had one more question that Jim Anderson came up with, but I lost it. Sorry. Maybe I'll ask Karen later and we'll do a Skype thing or something. So, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Wow.
Loaded question.
Wait, you made a mistake?
I'm
you
sorry.
You can go back now.
Here's your fire retardant suit.
I don't know. I guess I would like to know. I'd like to hear that somehow I made a difference. You know, whatever that might be, a positive difference in however many people's lives.
So you'd like God to say,
Thank you for making a difference.
thank you for making a difference.
Yeah.
Now here's your flame retardant suit. Press the down button, and you're out of here.
Oh yeah, now I made it.
Thanks for making a difference. Now get out.
We don't need you here yet.
We don't need you here yet. Oh, Stan's gonna be mad.
Ooh, you are so in trouble.
Shh. Anyway, all right. Well, that's all my questions. Is there anything else that, like I said, my friend Jim came up with his own question. Is there any questions you think I should be asking people? You're just like, thank God this interview is over because this is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm always looking for more questions. I just never kind of think of any. And like I said, Jim came up with something, and it's sitting on my studio desk, and it was kind of cool too. And I was trying to listen to our interview, but I don't recall what it was. Like, it wasn't in the interview, so he must have said it after we were done.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll give my.
These are my own woes. I'm sorry.
I'll give my friends too the credit for this question. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? It's kind of a fun question.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
It would not be reading people's minds, because although
you don't want that.
I know. Although I said earlier that I like when people can communicate their thoughts and feelings. I wouldn't want to know every thought that's going on in somebody's head. That's part of the fun of a relationship, is deciding what to share with somebody and all that stuff, and when to share it and that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't want to hear everybody's thoughts. I don't know. Making myself invisible. Let me have another drink here.
Maybe I should cut the amount of wine we have during the interview.
Making myself invisible would be kind of fun.
I think I would be. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest.
Honest.
I think I would probably be a perv if I had the invisibility.
No, just like I'd like to be a fly on the wall, and you know what.
Well, I get that
say
fly on the wall,
like
invisibility. That's not me. That's not me.
Here's what I've done. I'd like to be able to like snap my fingers and like teleport somewhere instantly.
That's what my power.
That's what I would want.
Because I have so many people. That sounds so conceited. I have so many friends. I have people that are all over the place, and I would just love to go and visit them. But my friend Marissa in Australia, I can't jump on the plane for like a 20-hour plane ride. Yep. A $3,000 20-hour plane ride. I can't do that, but it would be nice to.
Yep. My first stop, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Why?
My friend
is that because my friend is there?
No, my friend just.
Oh, your friend that you helped paint her house and stuff. Yeah, that's a good question. I'll add that one on. Any other ones?
Can I think about that and get back to you?
All right. Well, along with the research, she's gonna get back to me with
I'm gonna do a study.
Question. You're gonna do a study and.
Favorite swear word.
Favorite swear word.
That's my excuse now. I'm doing a study.
There you go. How does fucking damn sound? How do you feel when I say those words? All right. Well, thank you, Karen, for taking the time out of your busy schedule.
You're welcome.
I'm actually taking her out to dinner next, so.
I'd say thank you for the wine, but I brought that.
But yeah, she brought that. So the least I can do is buy dinner, right? But thank you for coming and doing the interview. If you want to come back at any time, just let me know. Actually, I should say if you want me to come back, because I came to Rochester.
I'm always here.
I know, right? But that's it for this episode of DLFTv, and I hope you enjoyed the interview, and we'll be talking to you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye. 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 Bye.
And then
I know, right? And then I can't remember. Was it Stan? I think it was Stan interview. We just kept going.
Right, this is where.
Because that's what that's where it's like, how do people get?
I was waiting for you to break into robot voice or.
Oh man!
Voice.
Hello, Karen. This is the robot. I tell you, this wine is way better than a Slurpee. Wow, that was probably a little racist, wasn't it? I apologize. but I'm gonna use it as a blooper reel. Oh, my card's full. All right, we're done. That was awesome. That was the first time all my equipment worked.
Really?
Well, what I meant to say. All right. So, okay, the camera's on now, so you might want to not pick your nose or anything like that. So anyway,
I'll try to remember.
all right. So I'm gonna be talking to cameras, so don't think I'm talking to my other personalities.